Autumn is almost here. Today is the 16th of September. It's in the mid-80s. It almost feels summerish, but the clouds and the weather patterns suggest otherwise. Today I want to continue my celebration of my favorite season, autumn, with showing you some of the time I've spent in a couple of areas in the Traverse region. Number one is in the Natural area off of Terry Bend Road, and number two, in Elk Rapids, one of the beaches out there, has a beautiful location to shoot some great landscape images. You know, I think the most unsung hero of the outdoor world for getting out and just doing stuff and venturing is the hip pack. Lovingly known in the 90s as the fanny pack, I think hip packs are definitely one of the best methods to carry gear out there. Of course, it's good to always put your key to your car in a secure location so you don't pull the atom and leave it out in the trail somewhere and have to go back and spend half an hour trying to find a needle in the haystack. Anyway, today I have with me the Kodak Z1015, which is going to be my backup camera today, because it's always good to have a backup camera. And my main camera today is a P-712. In my opinion, one of the most underrated cameras produced by Kodak. Of course, you gotta get those rascally invasives out of your shoes. That should do the trick. So right behind me is the Great Wolf Lodge. And to my left and to my right, all around me, there's franchises and there's cars, and it's not a very natural environment, one could say. There's even farm fields down the way. So typically I won't shoot in an area like this, but there's one location down the trail that I think is very beautiful, and anytime I'm here this time of year, there's always beautiful clouds or there's something good going on. And today, I'm hoping that happens. This is the spot I was talking about. Behind me, there's so much naturalness going on, if that's even a word. I love how it's so layered, and you have the clouds in the background, and then there's a pine tree for contrast and shape and form. And then in the foreground you have the grasses. It's a great image. Alright, so the next thing we gotta do is turn on this rascal and set the exposure parameters. Get that into the live screen mode. F3.6, I'm gonna go and adjust that to 2.8 because it's early in the morning and there's not too much light yet, and this is a small sensored camera. I'm going to scroll over to my ISO, 100 should work, and my metering, which is how you read the light for exposure, is adjusted via the top plate of the camera, which is one of the things I love about this camera. There's buttons everywhere. Center spot, no way. Center weighted, maybe. I'm going to go for a multi-pattern, which reads out the light from everywhere and does an average. We're going to go with that. Before I leave Kids Creek today for Lake Michigan, I thought I'd try to capture a high contrast image of the tree line with the clouds starting to break up above that. Now for this image, I'm going to meter for the sky using what's called spot metering, so I can really get those trees nice and dark, and the focus of this composition is the texture in the sky. For this exposure, I'm going to set my aperture at 6.3, that should work. I don't know if it's going to matter too much. My exposure compensation, I'm going to pop down to negative 0.3, which I usually do for this type of work. And my ISO is good at 100. And again, like I said, I'm going to change my metering on the top plate to center spot. I want to read for that sky in the bright spot to really darken up the foreground of those trees. So as we can see here, there's a circle in the middle of my screen. That circle indicates spot metering is activated. And what I'm trying to do is get that circle right in the center of the highest or I rather should say the brightest part of the composition, which is that sky spot. I'm going to have to press the shutter for pre-focus and then press the button. And that will give me the exposure for the center of the frame. There's that rascal of a key. Thank you, Fanny Pack, for keeping my key safe. Alright, so instead of going to like Michigan, say Haven, Empire, Portadetta, I decided to come to Elk Rapids to shoot my favorite composition, the sky behind me, that I've shot numerous times before, but each time you come to the picture, it's always different. For this composition, I'm going to be using a graduated neutral density filter combination. I'm going to be using 2 of them. As you can see, there's 2 different plates slid into these holders. Now that's going to help my sky really darken up as opposed to my foreground with the waves and the rocks. My composition. I'm really looking for a dramatic effect. In this video, my goal was to demonstrate that even in urban centers, great landscape photography can be had with a careful eye to detail. Beauty is all around us, not just in the natural world set out in the woods somewhere or a mountain cascade or wherever it might be. Beauty is all around us, especially in autumn, of course. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and share these videos, like them. Please post comments in the space below if you get a chance. And until next time, as I always say, get outside and get some fresh air.